Okay, everybody. This is just another video blog. I have just got back from my second follow-up appointment since my surgery. It's been exactly 20 days. 10 days after the surgery, I got my cast removed. Then another 10 days. I was, just met with them today. The 10 days after my cast was removed, I had to wear a splint and keep it immobilized still. Met with my doctor today, and he said that I can wear the splint whenever I need to. He asked me how my wrist was doing. I said my wrist is doing well, as you can see. And the only thing I told him was, the only problems I might see with my wrist right now is I got some swelling around the top of my hand, just around my my knuckles and stuff. I got some tenderness with the tendons and all that stuff, just on the the back of my hand here. Just around the knuckles and even the fingers are a little bit tender. The tendons still need to get used to the new anatomy of the wrist, I guess. And he said, everything's good. He took my wrist and he moved it around. He bent it forwards, backwards, side to side. He said everything's looking good. My wrist just looks fantastic. It's on the right track. He said, that inflammation and swelling and the tenderness is going to happen. It's, is expected. And he told me to actually, to help out with that. He suggested just honestly not using my splint nearly as much as I did before, because keeping my wrist like this and a splint or something like that, it's good, like immediately after surgery you need immobilization and stuff like that. But now that my wrist has turned the corner, everything looks good, it's healed properly as far as the bones and being in the right places. It's time to start moving my wrist around a little bit, because when it's in that splint, it's in a fixed position, and the fluids and stuff like that, and the swelling and the inflammation kind of pull up, or kind of how can I say, they kind of settle in the wrist, and there's really not too much movement going on with the wrist because it's in a fixed position. So it's not like it's getting it's kind of just like pooling in there, you know what I mean? It's just a big pool of fluid that's building up. And yeah, he said just start doing stuff with my wrist. He obviously told me not to go out and pick up a 60-pound bag of salt, which I cannot do at all if I wanted to. But he says just start doing things, gradually over time as comfortable. And I'm going to be starting physical therapy pretty soon. And he wants to see me March 2nd. So yeah, today is February 2nd. March 2nd, he wants to see me again in exactly a month. So by that time, I'm looking forward to that, because I think around March 2nd, I think that might be one of my last follow-up appointments as far as making sure my wrist is, okay. I think pretty shortly after that, I'll be clear to go back to doing whatever I need to do. Just keep following the exercises that the physical therapist give me. And but yeah, just a little update on me personally, my wrist. Some of my comments. My wrist looks good. The wound is healed pretty well. Over time, it's honestly, it's looking good. I mean, it's gonna get to the point where I won't see the scar too much longer. I mean, maybe not, it won't go away completely, but it's certainly gonna start fading. And I think that's gonna be great. As far as my wrist, I can bend it. This is as much as I can bend it right now. I mean, I could maybe bend it a little bit more forwards and backwards, and don't be afraid to, see this, because I mean, there's a lot of tendons and muscle tissue that are still healing and need to be stretched out. I believe I can get pretty. I'm confident about the amount of range of motion I'm going to get back. I'm very confident about that. I believe I'm going to get backwards range of motion. I'm going to get a good amount of forwards range of motion back. I'm going to have the range of motion that I had before when my wrist was real effed up, and except I'm going to be pain free. And even when my wrist was effed up, I was still able to lift. I was still able to do everything that I need to do for work and all that stuff, except I'm not going to have the pain, so I'm happy. But yeah, this is as much as I can bend the wrist right now. But again, there's a lot of tension and stretching that, there's just a lot of tension built up in my wrist. Still a lot of inflammation. I got to stretch that out. But yeah, it feels good. I get a little bit of just tenderness around my fingers, and of course, I just want to demonstrate. This is as far as I can. I can close my fist. This is 20 days. I can close my fist, make a fist. I can't really make a strong grip. My grip strength is very weak at this point. I'm gonna have to build it up gradually, but I can make a fist, and this is about as far as I can open up my fingers. Yeah, because I can start to feel a pull in my, just there's a lot of tension, and it's kind of like, it feels like it's tied up. But, my doctor said that's to be expected, and physical therapy is definitely going to help out with that. I got to strengthen that again. But yeah, that's as far as I can open my hand, and then my thumb. I can move my thumb. I can touch all my fingers. That's no problem for me. Feels good. Move it back and forth. I know another guy who posted videos on YouTube, his name is Pete Sanderson. He had some issues with his thumb that he documented on YouTube, but I don't see those same issues. He had, I guess, a bone fragment that kind of screwed up his thumb, but my thumb feels good. I just feel tension throughout my forearm whenever I do stuff like that with my thumb, just because I just gotta loosen everything up. But yeah, thumb feels good. I've been playing a lot of video games since I've been pretty much at home and living underneath a rock, so I've been using my fingers a lot with the controller and stuff like that. And I'm still on the computer. I'm still trying to do stuff and trying to use my fingers as much as I can within my my limits. Now I got the clear to start doing other things. Actually, start using my wrist gradually, not overdoing it, of course. But I can now rest easy and be like, okay, I don't need to wear the splint. I can go and try to pick something up here and there, and nothing too heavy at all. But as my wrist gets better and better, just go for it. So yeah, start physical therapy. Month I'll have another update from my doctor, but I'll continue to log my progress, and hopefully you guys stay tuned, and I'm getting you some good information. But yeah, everything's looking good. It's been a great procedure. Honestly, I feel great. Very positive about the future and the full recovery of my wrist. I feel great about it. I really don't have any doubts as to as far as the procedure. I mean, everything's in line, and it looks like I'm on the right track. So happy about that. All right, guys, I'll keep you updated. Thank you.